Tuneful toots. The little engines of the narrow gauge railway were always busy. They went uphill and downhill all day long. Rusty's favorite journey was by the lake. She liked to toot her horn there. The sound echoed around the hills. Rusty's horn was special. It had two notes, one high and one low. Rusty thought she had a very tuneful toot. But the other engines thought it was the worst noise they'd ever heard. And that made Rusty sad. One morning, the narrow gauge controller, Mr. Percival, had a special announcement to make. "Sir Topham and Lady Hat are to visit our railway this evening," he said grandly. "This is a very special occasion, so a brass band is coming to play for them," Mr. Percival added. The engines were very excited, but Rusty was most excited of all. She loved the sound of a brass band. There was a lot to do. Skarloey and Rheneas brought tables and chairs. Duncan and Peter Sam brought apples and pears from the orchard. And Rusty was to take the brass band on a tour of the hills before the concert. When Rusty pulled into the transfer yards, Mr. Percival was waiting with the brass band. Rusty couldn't help but toot her horn, high and low. At that moment, Thomas chuffed into the transfer yards with the bandstand. "What was that wonderful sound?" puffed Thomas. "That was Rusty," peeped Peter Sam. "She thinks her horn is special, but we don't." "Well, I think it's special," wheezed Thomas. This made Rusty very happy. No one had ever liked her horn before. "Rusty, the brass band are ready for their tour of the hills," called Mr. Percival. "Yes, sir," hooted Rusty. The brass band was soon on board, and Rusty pulled quickly out of the station. "Don't be back late," Mr. Percival called after her. But Rusty didn't hear. She was tooting her two tones loud and clear.